Hi, thanks for joining me today. It's Kathie, and I have a new project. We're going to be using the May 2017 Paper Pumpkin Kit, and today's alternate project is called Love Tree Ring, or we're going to be making a Love Tree Ring card. So that was a quick shot of that, and we're going to get started. I have the soft suede Stampin' Write marker and a couple of Copic markers for the project. And we're going to need one of the flowers from the kit, and those two hearts is also from the kit. I actually stuck it on a piece of white cardstock and just hand cut those out. And then those two donut pieces are the toppings. So we're going to get back to that in just a moment. So right now we're going to color in the flower that we need for the card. And so just basically laying down the three colors on the flower here, and then we'll just blend it all in again. The cardstock actually is taking the alcohol markers pretty well, so coloring and blending all the colors in together is just fine. And maybe to speed things up, you could have actually colored in the flowers using a small dauber. That would have worked just fine too. So as I lay down my darkest color, I'm just going to blend it all again with my lightest color. So pretty easy coloring. All right, and I'm just going to move on to shaping the flowers now. So there are the three that I actually colored. And I did use a stylus just to press the centers down just to shape them a bit. And then the flat sequins that came in the kit, I'm just going to put those in the center to finish off those flowers. Okay, so for the hearts, we're going to just shade them in, or shade around the edges using the Sweet Sugar Plum, just so that they stand out a little bit more. Okay, and then with the donut pieces, don't do that. Do that. Okay, so I originally traced it the wrong way and then I cut it out, and so that means it doesn't quite fit in that hole. So both pieces have to be on the right side. Duh. And they don't necessarily have to be, or it doesn't necessarily have to fit right in that center, but I wanted it to. And to get that to stay in there, I just grabbed a piece of tape and then just kind of wiggled it in that little hole there to get it lined up properly, and away we go. Okay, so using the stamp or the soft suede marker, we're just going to draw the tree rings. So for this, you don't have to have a very steady hand. The only thing you need to do is when you're starting your ring, just make sure you're staggering your starting point. Because if you don't, you're going to end up with the connecting line. It'll, like, if it's all on the same side, it'll look kind of strange and it just won't flow properly. So I'm just starting in different spots and turning the card. So super simple. And then we're going to draw a few diagonal lines going towards the center. So that was easy. And then using the soft suede ink, I'm just going to sponge around the edges, or the edge of the tree ring there. And actually, I think it was just a little bit too light. It could have stood to be a little bit darker. Okay, and we're going to move on to the card base. That's a top folding card at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. The Melon Mambo is 2 3/4 inches wide by 5 1/2. The washi tape is from last month's kit. I actually stuck it down on a piece of cardstock and cut it in half, so we're going to use that. And the love sentiment is from this month's kit. I just stamped it out and then just cut out the love word. And the design paper is by Kathie and Company, which I've had for a zillion years in my stash. I happened to come across it last week and I thought, you know what, I'm going to use it. And the design paper piece is cut at 1.5 inches wide by 5.5 inches. So we're just going to assemble all the pieces. So lay down the washi tape first and give it about 3/8 inch of a gap. And then when you put the design paper down, and then the melon mambo, just line it up onto the opposite edge. We're going to raise the tree ring piece and just allow a little bit to overhang on the right side. And here's where I kind of messed up because I completely forgot. I would actually put the gold twine that came in the kit, just kind of ravel a few rounds of that and just stick it on there before you put down the heart or the hearts, because I think it'll look just awesome, but I'm really sad that I forgot. Now for the sentiment, I'm using the U sentiment from last month's kit. I happen to have a few of them left over sitting on my desk, so I thought I'd stick some foam tape on that and we'll just stick it onto the lower part of the heart. I actually knocked off that flower, so we're going to re-glue that in just a moment. My husband actually bumped his head earlier and it has a big gash in there, although it has somewhat stopped bleeding, but I think he's going to go over to the walk-in clinic to get a couple of stitches, and my kids, strangely enough, wanted to go with him to see him get stitches put in. So I figured I would just do the voiceover now and share the next card video with you. Well, that's our card for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Here's a couple of close shots of the card. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.